Hello world, this is Wolfstar Games, and welcome back to more Robotics Notes Elite. It's been a while, so I want to apologize right off the bat for not having a video last weekend, because, my sister was in town, so I got to see her and my brother-in-law and, my nephews and my niece, and it was great to see them, great to visit with them, and then during the week, I also want to apologize of not having a video for then, because I decided to take the time to iron out all the settings with OBS and with my webcam, with the focusing problem I was having. I think I finally got that all ironed out. And also you may notice that I decided to do things just a bit differently this time. I have my webcam not on a tripod, but on my laptop. So, slightly different look here. And, my microphone is just slightly out of frame up above me, so a little bit of a different feel with my webcam, but I thought I'd change it up a little bit. See how this works for me. Anyway, last we left off with Robotics Notes, we learned more about the Committee of 300 via the second Kimijima report, which was very, very interesting, and I really wonder where things are going to go from here with the reports. I can just imagine what the other ones say, and I'm looking forward to that. And where we left off, we were just about to talk to Junna, so here we go. After about 15 minutes, Junna comes jogging out to the runway. It's okay, Junna.
ゲームしてないヤシオくんなんて、珍しいね。
Is it that weird to not see Kaito play video games? I guess it would be more so from Akio's point of view, but we don't know so much with Junna.
俺としても不本意だよ。できればゲームのことだけ考えて日々暮らしていきたい。
Spoken like a true gamer, right? Especially a hardcore gamer.
で、呼び出して問題なかった？
一段落ついたから。
何してたの？
Yeah, what was she doing in the hangar with Akio?
マフラー作ってた。
Making a scarf. Making Gunvarel's scarf, right? Because he wears one.
マフラー？このクソ暑い時期に？
Not for herself, Kaito. Come on.
ああ、わかった。昔ミサ姉たちがよくやってた夏マフラー？
Really? Misane wore scarves in the summer? When Misane was a high schooler, there was a fad where folks would wear scarves in the summer and ride scooters. God, that... I mean, I don't know. Ooh, I just noticed the frame dip there. I apologize about that. But wearing scarves in the summer, especially like if it's like swelteringly hot, that would be unbearable, I think. At least to me. I mean, I don't mind the heat, but you know, if I'm like outside during the heat of the day, especially like working out in it, it's like that's not a time of the day that I really want to be outside because of the fact it's during the heat of the day. God dang it. I thought I had ironed out everything with my frame drops. I'm really sorry, everyone. Here, give me a quick minute here, see if I can fix this real quick. Okay, I think I got it. It's like I lowered the frames per second, and I think that worked. Because now it's staying steady. So yeah, scarves. So yeah, that would just be too hot. I mean, right now we're having a bit of a heat wave where I live, so it's pretty hot out. I can't imagine wearing a scarf during a heat wave. Oy, that would be sweltering, for sure. Misane said it got popular because it was cute. Whatever that means. Because it was cute? What? Why was it cute? That's what I want to know.
そのブームをもう一度起こそうとしていると。
I don't know about that.
じゃなくて、その1号機くんのマフラー。
Model 1 kun. Yes. I thought so. Yeah, because Gunvarel wears one.
ああ、あれか。
Yeah. Gunvarel's long scarf is iconic. Or is it actually a pair of wings? Wings? Something else entirely? I have no clue. I mean, he has said that he's not savvy on the Gunvarel anime. Akio mentioned a while back that she wasn't sure if we had the budget for a scarf, but I guess it worked out. I mean, maybe not to actually buy one, but, you know, with making one, that would be more affordable.
でもロボのマフラーってでかくない？
I mean, Gunvarel is a huge robot, so that would only make sense.
うん。だから大きな布をたくさん縫い合わせるんだけど。
Like, how many big cloths?
それ、私がやらせてもらってるんだ。
Okay.
純ちゃんって体育会系だからそういう作業は苦手だと思ってたけど。
Don't assume anything, Kaito, of anyone. It's like you never really know someone until you really start to hang out with them. I mean, you know, like, I never really started to get to know my best friend who I've known since high school until I started hanging out with him a senior year. You know, we met freshman year, but we didn't start really hanging out until senior year. And, you know, from there, it's like we've just continued to be good friends and got to know each other more. So, with Junna and Kaito, it's only natural that they would learn more about each other as they continue to hang out. And that way, Kaito won't assume things about Junna, or for that matter, Subaru, as well as the Frau. Because he doesn't know them as well as Akiho. Akiho he's known since childhood. So, it's time to get to know these characters more.
そんなことないよ。うちって女は私一人だから、そういう家事とか全部やってるんだ。
Okay. She's the only girl in her household. Yeah, so how many siblings does she have, I wonder? It's like, is she from a large family? Or just a moderate size family?
Daから裁縫だって得意だよ。
Huh. Well, color me surprised. I don't find this surprising at all, to be honest. I mean, some girls are just naturally good at sewing because of the way they grew up, you know? Either way, I'm glad she has something to do now. Instead of just, you know, standing around and watching everyone else do something to contribute to the robot club. Yeah, it's like she's finding her place in the club. She had an abundance of free time before.
それで、話って？
Yes, since it's been a while since last video, it's like, let's see, Kaito wanted to talk to Junna about what was it? I'm trying to remember. I wanted to ask her something, but I'm having trouble remembering.
カゴメのこともっと詳しく教えてほしいんだけど。
That's it. About Kagome. Junna immediately seems to understand what I'm getting at. Her cheeks are looking a little flushed.
この前の事件のことだよね。
Now she's getting excited. It's like just look at her face. It's like that's the look of how did I describe it before? Happily determined. That's it. That's her look of being happily determined, and also a look of just pure like ecstaticness. Because now she's getting excited and wants to talk about this.
結構、私もびっくりした。
You were.
でもニュースとか見ると原因わからないみたい。
一斉にかかってきた電話の前にも、純ちゃんはカゴメのことを話題にしてたよね。
Yeah.
歌詞が緊急地震速報みたいに一斉に届くってやつ？
Yeah, and I didn't particularly like that.
でもそれだって誰が送っているのかわからないままだし。
なんでカゴメなんだと思う？
Yeah, why the Kagome nursery rhyme? They could have chosen any song. Why, in particular, this nursery rhyme?
それは例えばカゴメってね、カゴの目っていう意味なんだけど。
Very interesting. Kago means cage, and me means eye. Eye of the cage. So what does that exactly mean? Like, I mean, I almost want to just call it like the caged eye. I mean, that sounds a little weird, but it I don't know, it seems like it seems significant in some way, and I'm trying to like piece it together of why they would use Kagame Kagame given this breakdown of what Kagame means in English. Eye of the cage.
そのカゴの目がね、その六芒星を指してるんじゃないかみたいな話があって。
Hexagram. Okay.
六芒星？
ダビデの星。
The Star of David. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the Star of David has also been used in like some werewolf movies. You know, like the original Wolfman, you know, from 1941. I'm pretty certain, or was that a? I think that's right, because hexagram or a hexagon has, what is that? What is that? Six sides? Trying to remember. I think that's right. Star of David. A hexagon. Yeah, I was remembering correctly. Hexagon. A hexagon made of two triangles that oppose each other. Also illustrated on the flag of Israel. Okay, and is a sacred shape in Judaism. Okay. But yeah, the Star of David, with it being a hexagon or a hexagram, as they're saying, has been used in some werewolf movies. And I think the first instance of it being used was in the 1941 The Wolfman, you know, with Lon Chaney Jr., you know, being, you know, this being, you know, with me being Wolfstar Games, it's like I almost feel like, I mean, I just kind of stuck a star after Wolf because I thought it sounded cool, but yeah, remembering that now makes more sense for why I should be called Wolfstar Games, because it's the Star of David, with it being tied to like werewolves. And I've always been interested in werewolves, so this is perfect.
ここからいろいろ連想していくとね、カゴメカゴメはイルミナティの暗号文じゃないかって説があったりするけど。
The Illuminati. Illuminati, a secret society created by a German philosophy professor. That I didn't know, which advocated for the idea that a truly ethical civilization could be obtained. It spread to the wealthy class and nobility. And what did we learn about the Committee of 300 last time? That it comprises of people of nobility? So maybe the Illuminati has ties to the Committee of 300 then? Something to think about. In its golden age, there was said to be over 2,000 members. That is a lot of members, wow. The society disbanded in 1785, but even in the 21st century, the name still comes up in conspiracy theories. Yes. And nowadays it just likes to, we just like to kind of make fun of it. It's like do 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 do.
Illuminati?
Okay, the voice clip said Illuminati, but the text says, "What's that?" It's like the localization is, I feel, just slightly off. I mean, I know a localization. I know how localization somewhat works, but still, someone other than me is going to notice that.
200年以上前にあったっていう秘密結社。
Yes, I know. I just read the tip, Junna. It's like, did you not see me read the tip?
悪い奴らなの?
I mean, that's a fair question, I feel, because... Oh, okay. That was just a slight dip. It's like... Stay steady, please. It's like I'm talking to OBS like it's a person. Or like a pet. But yeah, are they bad guys? I feel like is a fair question because, you know, they are a group, much like the Committee of 300, who are shrouded in mystery. We don't know what their goals are. You know, down to the finest, minute detail. So it's like, are they bad guys or are they good guys? We don't really know.
陰謀論だと黒幕にされることが多いみたいだけど、詳しいことは誰も知らないから。
Exactly. But masterminds behind certain things, but we don't really know what they're after. Whether they're whether their goals are either on the side of, you know, good or bad. You know,
そのイルミナティとカゴメは実際関連あると思う？都市伝説マニアの純ちゃんの意見は？
I mean, I'm starting to think that they're connected. I mean, it would make a perfect triangle. I mean, we have the Committee of 300 being at one point, Kagame being at another point, and then the Illuminati being at another point. So it's like that would tie things perfectly together, I feel. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, granted, I don't know if anyone who's watching already knows the game or if they're watching this blindly with me, but you know, I want to know what are your guys' thoughts about this? I mean, with the Illuminati now being brought up, it makes it even more interesting, I feel. And I am now really starting to feel that they are connected to not just Kagame, and not just to that, but also to the Committee of 300. It only would make sense, and it would weave perfectly together within the narrative right now.
あくまで都市伝説だし。
Sure, they're urban legends, but you know, some urban legends have some truth to them.
あんまり信憑性はないんじゃないかな。
I mean, that just means that some urban legends are more difficult to pinpoint the credibility behind a certain you know, either thought process or a certain point of fact. You know, so it's I mean, that's what makes urban legends interesting.
ごめんね。自信ない説例えで出しちゃって。
Oh, it's okay, Junna. It's like, I want to hear your theories. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions about this. And I'm... I feel like I'm also saying that to you guys watching, because it's like, I want to hear theories about everything that's going on so far. Not just from the characters in the game, but also from anyone who happens to be watching. Considering Kagame is a Japanese nursery rhyme, trying to connect it to the Illuminati is a reach. I get it. Okay, right now, I don't think it's that much of a reach. I mean, I think I've already exhausted my explanation about it.
じゃあ300人委員会って知ってる
300人委員会。
It looks like something's clicked.
聞いたことある。
You have heard about the Committee of 300 before. Okay. What have you heard about them?
本当？どんな話？
That too. It's like, well, where did she hear about the Committee of 300?
そこまで詳しくは私も知らないんだけど。
Yeah?
10年くらい前に東京の渋谷で地震起きたの知ってる？
Yeah, we talked about that before, right? I believe we did. The Shibuya. Shibuya was mentioned by name in report number 2. Yes. Could this really be a coincidence? I mean, so far the reports have brought some things to light. So I feel like not with Kaito's thought process, I feel like it's not a coincidence, you know, that everything has been kind of foretold in a way, and Kimijima Ko is just, you know, like the messenger.
渋谷自身のこと。
うん。
Oh. It's an old, dilapidated, building there. Inside. I can't really read the text below it, and then again, it's kind of obscured anyway. Whenever people talk about it, they always have to bring up the various conspiracy theories around it. Alright, so as you can see, I have no face cam. The reason behind this, okay, so I spent an obscene amount of time trying to get my frames to stop dropping, and I swear I tried everything I could think of. I looked online for any kind of solution, and I wasn't really finding anything. So, okay, so I wound up having to get rid of my face cam because even when I wasn't recording, I was like getting some serious judder with my face cam. So, you know, me being kind of out of sync with my face cam. So that's why I don't have face cam activated. So unfortunately, I didn't want this to be the solution for this, but I think I'm gonna have to forego using my face cam from here on forward for robotics notes. It's not the solution I want. I'm a little disappointed in that, and I imagine some of you are disappointed with that as well, because I want to show my face. So I'm very disappointed with that. At the same time, though, I'm like, I need to continue forward with the robotics notes, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting forever for me to try and get a handle on whatever is going on with OBS. So this, unfortunately, is my solution. No face cam. Very sorry about that. I guess it is what it is. So I guess we'll continue forward here. I get why. Did I accidentally? Yes, I did. Whenever people talk about it, they always have to bring up the various conspiracy theories around it. I get why. Everything about it was strange. Oh, a little bit, yeah. Shibuya was devastated, but everything around it was just fine. It was almost like it was directed specifically at Shibuya, and only Shibuya. Impossible, right? Well, it's not out of the realm of possibilities.
あれ、もしかして地震っていうか天才じゃないんじゃないかっていう噂あって。
Well, earthquakes are natural disasters naturally. So, but I guess with the Committee of 300 that they're replicating earthquakes, that's what it sounds like anyway from reading the Kimijima report.
天才じゃないなら人為的ってこと？
Yeah, exactly. Man-made.
ブラックホール爆弾を使ったとか、地震兵器とか、電磁波攻撃とか、そもそも渋谷崩壊は偽装だったとか、いろいろ説はあるんだけど。
A black hole bomb? Excuse me? That sounds really, really bad. I mean, I could just imagine what kind of bomb that is. That would be devastating. Black hole. The aftermath of a supernova. The explosion of a dense and massive star. Consider a star over 1 million kilometers in diameter and its surrounding space compressed in an area smaller than the period at the end of this sentence. I like that. This gravitational collapse attracts matter close by and absorbs it. From far away, it looks pitch black. Due to the infinite gravity at the singular point in its center, even light itself cannot escape it. Yeah. So a black hole bomb would be truly devastating. I mean, and I can just imagine the radius of the devastation. I mean, a black hole, as it says, as a star, is over 1 million kilometers in diameter. That would be an absolutely massive explosion. That would, I want to say that would like wipe out at least, I don't know, maybe it's a couple billion people. Yeah, that would be bad.
それの黒幕が300人委員会じゃないかってネットだと言われてて。
Okay, that's basically what I was getting from the Kimijima report. Okay, so Junna knows at least that much, that they're like puppet masters.
黒幕か。
Seeing that she's saying, you know, pulling the strings, it's like you could view them as being like the puppet masters of the bigger picture of what's going on in this game. sounds like a lazy way of explaining things. It maybe just a little bit, but Kaito has to consider the bigger implications. People love pretending that there's some super secret society pulling the strings of the world. It's an easy scapegoat for whenever something happens. As long as they're the bad guys, people don't have to sweet the deets? No, sweat the deets. But what Junna was saying does match up with the Kimijima reports. Yes, indubitably.
旅ストック研究所は
By the sounds of it, no.
それは聞いたことないかな。
そっか。純ちゃんに聞けばわかると思ったんだけど。
ヤシオくん、私のこと買いかぶりすぎだよ。
Aww. As they've been putting it, Junna has basically been our go-to resident urban legends expert. So it's like, sure, Kaito may be giving her a little too much credit with asking her these kind of things that's considered like urban legend like, but at the same time it's like who else are we going to talk to about this who would know the I guess the details of some of these happenings with what is apparently true in the Kimijima reports. It's like he won't talk to Akiho about it. He won't talk to Subaru about it. And he definitely won't talk to the Frau about it. Junna is the only one left. So, a lot of credit goes to her. And, the fact that she knows Kagame as well, it's like everything ties together here. I mean, we first learned Kagame from Junna, so it's only natural now that Junna has become a very important member of the Robot Club. Not just as an urban legend enthusiast, but as we just learned, is now making a huge scarf for the Gunvaral robot, which I think is awesome. It's like someone's got to do that. I mean, I don't know how well of a seamstress Akiho is, and more than likely Kaito and Subaru don't know how to sew, and I imagine the Frau has absolutely no interest in sewing. I mean, look who she is.
それに私、陰謀系はそんなに詳しくないし。
I mean, you seem to know enough, though.
いや、十分詳しいと思うよ。
Yeah. Hell, she gave me more to work with than Airi did. And Airi's an AI. So I'd say that's quite a compliment.
どうして急に私にそんな質問を
I mean, Kaito says that he doesn't want Junna to know about the second Kimijima report, but, you know, she already knows about the first report. She, out of everyone in the group, would want to know the rest of the reports. It's like, this is like her, like, bread and butter, basically. So, it's only natural for her to get involved as well. So, I feel like Kaito should tell her.
もしかして、君島レポート
There we
二つ
go.
目を見つけたとか。
Yeah, Junna's on the up and up. She knows that Kaito is trying to hide things from her. She's sharp as a tack. Yeah, it's like, don't try and pull the wool over her eyes, Kaito. It's like, she knows what's up. Or I'm just way too obvious. That could be as well, yes.
それ以上知りたいなら、純ちゃんは俺と勝負して勝つ必要があるね。
Oh, come on, Kaito. Just tell her.
教えてくれないんだ。
興味あったの？
Oh, of course she would be curious. Come on.
少し。
A little is enough. Being just a little curious is enough.
カゴメについては身近なことだから気になってるし。
Yeah, I mean, she's right there. I mean, we all heard it in the hangar.
俺もそれが気になったから調べてるだけだよ。さてと、ドリンクでも買ってくるかな。
And just like that, things end. Okay. That's kind of abrupt and out of nowhere. This is my way of ending the conversation and making sure Junna can't continue it further. God damn it, Kaito. I feel bad about confusing her, but I really want to avoid mentioning the reports to people if I can. Kaito, come on, bud. He needs to be more open with people. It's like he's so stuck in his own head and his heart. So it's like I mean, yeah, he has a tough time opening up to people in general, but you know, this is major stuff we're talking about, you know, with these reports and all. So he needs to be able to tell not just Junna, but everyone in the Robot Club. I feel like they should know. But back to Akiho's perspective. Heave-ho. I jack up the giant servo motor with the engine crane. It's hydraulic, so even a weak girl like me can lift 100 kilogram. There we go. 100 kilogram motor, easy peasy. By the way, according to the previous president, my sister, this crane was rented from Kamada Motors about 5 years ago. Okay, the crane was rented from Kamada Motors 5 years ago and hasn't been returned? isn't that an unusually long time to rent something from anywhere? I'd imagine that there would be a fee for how long you can rent something like that. And for any extended amount of time. They never asked us to return it. Oh. So it's just been hanging around in the hangar the whole time. How odd. I find that very, very odd. I mean, the crane isn't ours to keep. It was rented. It should be returned. Are they ever going to return it? I guess at this point, since it's been like 5 years, that I guess what's the point in returning it now, I guess. But still. The motor itself is a Robot Clinic original. Oh. Well, we got it delivered to us yesterday. Okay. Yeah. It's a super sluggish motor that's been optimized specifically for torque, since Gunbuild 1 is so massive. Right. That said, Doc told me that he had it made on the cheap, so its durability is kinda up in the air. Maybe we should have accepted Jax's help after all. Maybe, yeah. But you decided otherwise, Akio. She sure is working hard on Gunvarel there with all that noise. And now she stops. It's like I spoke just a bit too soon. We're all jacked up. That has more than one meaning. But okay. The massive servo motor is about 30 centimeters off the ground. I'm planning on moving the crane from here to Gunbuild 1's lower body. This servo motor is going to be the knee joint for the unfinished left leg. The problem is, it's going to take a whole lot of effort to move this crane all the way over there. I look around. No one else is here. June was here sewing together the scarf a second ago, but she went outside to talk to Kai. There's a lot of heavy lifting in our future, so we gotta work together. Not that they seem to care. At all. Oh. I mean, sure, Akio is the one who cares the most, but I'm sure slowly but surely everyone else is going to care a lot more. Maybe I should act like a president for once and give them a real stern what for. You do that, Akio, and see how that goes for you. I mean, it won't go well. I just know that.
Ohayo!
Oh, hi, Nai. I love that. I love that smile of Nai's that she makes there. It's like it just really takes me back to when she was a child in Steins Gate. Tanochi-san pokes her head in through the hangar entrance. She's waving to me with a smile on her face.
Domo.
When I get up to greet her, she responds by giving me a hug like it's no big deal. That animation for the hug looked a little awkward, but you can only do so much with trying to animate a hug when there isn't actually someone on the other end of that hug to actually hug. So it just looks kind of weird to just kind of put your arms out and just pretend that you're hugging someone. have no idea to react to her sudden kindness. I mean, that's Nai for you, really. I mean, she's always been a sweetheart. Tanoji-san smells ever so slightly of sweat. Okay. Well, Kai and Jun are talking to each other. Subaru is off somewhere doing whatever on his own time, just sulking and also being afraid of his own shadow because of his father. Tanoji-san steps back and surveys the hangar. Akiho-chan? Yeah, she's not used to being called that. I mean, Kaito calls her Aki-chan, but I don't think he's ever called her Akiho-chan. Feels kind of weird being called that out of nowhere. And especially coming from someone that she doesn't really know all that well. Yeah, I can understand that. But I don't hate it. Well, that's good.
みんなあんまり協調性ないんです。うちがどれだけ呼びかけても集まり悪いし。なぜだ?
Then I remember his words. I smoothly whip out my glasses and place them over my eyes, like always. It's like, no sound effect here, though. I've become him. Okay.
坊やだからさ。
Of course, Nai is confused. Tanoji-san looks confused. Yeah, and rightfully so. How can she proclaim to want to support bipedal robot research when she doesn't even know who he is? Right. That's understandable.
変なおじさん、ロボットアニメとか見てました?
I don't recall a single instance in Steins Gate or Steins Gate Zero where she watched any robot anime. Then again, we don't really see much of Nai in either game.
怒らせちゃいました?
That's a new expression. It's like I just imagine her making that noise as she puts up her hands like that.
3倍速いとか反応すればよかったですか?
It's 3 times faster? What? Now I'm confused.
なんだ、知ってるんですね。だったらリアクションしてくださいよ。
Oh, so she does know robot anime.
自分でネタ振りして自分で答えるなんて、あきほちゃんはなかなか面白い芸を持ってるんですね。
Smooth, Nai, very smooth. And well done, too. I had a hunch when I met her the first time, but Tanoji-san can spit pure acid with a smile. Interesting turn of phrase there. Spit pure acid with a smile?
私ね、実家は東京の秋葉原にすごく近いんですよ。
I know that. But of course, Akiho doesn't. She's just now learning that.
まだ私が小さい頃ですけど、 ガンバムカフェっていう喫茶店もあったし、お台場に実物大のガンバムも見に行ったんですから。
Okay, and of course, since we don't really get to see much of Nai in either Steins Gate or Steins Gate Zero, you know, there'll, of course, be gaps of when she was with her off somewhere and everyone else is doing their own thing. So it makes sense that we would be learning more about Nai in this game. I'm so jealous. Crap, I almost drooled for a sec. Oh, Akio, really? That's kind of funny.
この前の件の続きを話しに来たんですけど。
I imagine that's why you came here.
やっぱり考えは変わりませんか?
Well, Akio, have you thought more about it?
変わりません。
Yeah. I figured. I was kind of hoping, though. Tenoji-san glances over at Gunbuild 1 lying in the hangar.
どうしてもこのロボにこだわりたいんですね。
And she really wants to, yes. I mean, it's basically her life's blood work. I mean, Misune started it. Akiho wants to continue it and see it through its completion.
はい、歴代ロボ部員たちの血と汗と涙の結晶ですから。
I'm sure Kaito and Subaru would argue that, but yeah. Especially with Akiho.
血?
Not literally die.
いや、血は嘘です。
I really didn't think she'd latch onto that.
例えばその1号機をさらに改良してより完成度の高いものへバージョンアップするみたいな考え方はどうです?
Like something like newer looking and has like newer parts? Is that what she means by more polished?
今の段階でも最初の設計図からはだいぶ違っちゃってるんです。
Really? I mean, they have a blueprint. Have they really gone off the rails that much?
自分で分かってるつもりですよ。ガンツクワンはいびつなロボだって。
A wonky robot. I mean, he's gonna be a big honking robot, so I'm sure he's gonna be a little top heavy. So, and to get it to perform just right, yeah, I could see him being a little wonky at first, but you know, that just needs ironing out.
例えるなら増築に増築を重ねた家っていうか。
Yeah. Oh boy. Now she's got me thinking about it was a television movie called Rose Red. That was written by Stephen King. And I'm a huge fan of Stephen King, and you know, it's Rose Red is all about a house that has just been extended upon many, many times. it's a big like mansion, and it's just absolutely massive. So with all the extensions, it's just become like this enormous mansion, probably more enormous than usual mansions, you know?
ジュンはウィンチェスターミステリーハウスみたいって言ってたけど。
Ah, yes. I'm actually familiar with the Winchester Mystery House. When I was very, very little, my family went and actually saw the Winchester Mystery House. It's like I kind of vaguely remember going there, but we do have a picture somewhere, and it's an amazing house. Doors open that lead to nowhere, windows open that lead to nowhere. It's such an interesting house. It's a mansion with so many extensions that it's lost its function as a house and became more of a maze. Yes. Gunbuild 1 is no different.
あんまり計画的に作ってこられなかったから、そういう意味じゃかわいそうなことをしちゃったなって。
We had a tight budget, so we made do with whatever parts we could get our hands on. We're just high schoolers. That is true. I mean, you know, with it being a school-funded club, of course they'll have a tight budget. And with our limited knowledge, we tried to make a walking robot. It ended up totally different from the OG design.
だからこれ以上はもう手を加えたくないです。
Any more drastic changes, right? Because despite how much has been altered, Gunbuild 1 still has the DNA of the original Gunbuild project. Okay. 9 years worth of passion resides inside of that metal exterior. Yeah. 9 long years. It's been a labor of love of both Misane and Akiho's, even though that Misane lost interest. I still want to know the story behind that.
この子を完成させることが部長になったうちの役目だし、うちの夢でもあるんです。
Yeah.
昔と今とでは巨大二足歩行ロボットに対する状況はだいぶ変わりました。
I imagine it has, yes.
技術はどんどん刷新していってますよ。
Of course.
今の技術を使えばずっと良くなることもあります。
Right, yeah.
せっかく作るんですから、歩く以外の動作もさせたいって思ったりしません？
If anything, Akiho would want to make the Gunbuild robot to actually fight and not just walk. She would want it to fight another robot, and just the idea of that would be just massive. I mean, you would need to have another huge robot for Gunvarel to fight. And who else is making a massive robot? I imagine no one else is. So it's like the Gunvarel robot would have no opponent to actually fight. So how would you make the robot perform in a fight if it doesn't have an opponent? I reflexively groan. More than just walk. I want to, I really do. I want to see Gunbuild 1 move gallantly like Prez did during Robo 1 with Kai at the controls. Yes. And Kaito is the only one really to control both robots effectively.
っていやいや、その手には乗りませんよ。
And she's not trying to trick you, Akiho. Nai is trying to get Akiho to look at the bigger picture.
うちはガンツクワンを絶対に完成させるんです。甘い言葉に惑わされたりしませんから。
Your sweet nothings. It's like she's not whispering sweet nothings into your ear, Akiho, sweetie.
そうですか。
Now it's I don't really have a voice for Nai, but it's like I guess Nai sad. It sounds like I just came up with a new word, Nai sad. Tanoji-san lowers her shoulders in disappointment. But it isn't long before she regains her usual prickiness and smiles.
ちなみにこの1号機をそのまま作り続けるにしても TNSC の施設を使うことは全然問題ありませんから。
Well, that's nice. I mean, that's good. It's like Akiho should take Nai as well as her father up on that.
必要になったら言ってくださいね。
It's like, what are you thinking, Akio? I'm truly grateful for her offer, but I don't have the guts to accept it. Really, Akio? I've already rejected their kindness twice now. Akio. I mean, in some ways, she's a little like Kaito. I mean, they're both stuck in their ways, just on different ends of the spectrum, basically. Am I just being stubborn? A little bit, yes. Would everyone be more willing to cooperate if we were making a brand new robot? I mean, that's kind of hard to say at this point. Winchester Mystery House. Now we get a tip for the Winchester Mystery House. Yes, a mansion located in San Jose, California, USA. For about 40 years, this mansion was remodeled by the wife of a rich man who believed in the words of a psychic. Yeah. Even now, it is said to be cursed. Many visitors go to experience a mystery tour offered at the mansion. And I was one of them at a very young age. I think, yeah, that was around the time when my aunt and uncle got married, and I was like, I think I was like 3 or 4 at the time. God, that was a long time ago. That was still back in the 80s. Anyway, I think with that, I'm actually going to stop it here. I'm really sorry about the frame drops earlier. And I don't know what more to say about that other than I'm sorry. So regardless of that happening, I hope you all enjoyed watching this episode, and thank you all for watching as well. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, like, favorite, and claw that subscribe button to become part of the pack. And as always, everyone, I hope you all have a great day or night, wherever you may be.